All right, check one, two, check one, two. Oh, hey, there we go. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Good Real Hunting on another lunch live stream of Fright Bites, and we are at episode 10. So we're already 10 episodes in, and y'all still want to come out and hang out with me on my lunch break. You guys are the best, and I appreciate each and every single one of you. Or just in case if you're here for the first time on Fright Bites, all you gotta do is ask me anything. I will answer any questions that you all have. So let's get to it for episode 10. It's this many. So, all right, let's see here. Let me see if I can find all the way back here. There we go. There's some comments here. And guess what, guys? I found my star comment button. So I will be a lot better trying to not miss all the questions because I got now the power to star them. So let's see here. Well, first off, I just want to show off this real quick. We got Kyle Curtis Flett becoming a YouTube member, and not just becoming a YouTube member. Kyle made history on Good Real Hunting. He is the first ever four tier. He has joined the four-tier membership, and it gets a lot of good stuff and a lot of great perks in that. So, Kyle, thank you so much for that, and I'm looking forward to working with you because part of his perks and everything is he gets to become a wrenchman on the channel. He gets if he stays a member for at least 6 months, he gets a special skit request that me, Brad, and Chris have to do for a particular horror movie, which we're very excited to see what Kyle comes up with. And of course, Kyle gets to join us for a live stream, which we are going to communicate that later on. When the best time to bring on Kyle to fulfill his perk. If you're interested in doing any of or just to become a tier 4 member or any tier member, those links are in the description down below. Become a YouTube member, become a Patreon member, whichever you feel like you want to do. We'd be happy to have you. Or if you don't want to do either of those things, that's okay too, because liking, sharing, and subscribing, it's free and it helps the channel out. And me, Brian, and Chris always are honored to have you all support us. All right, got to do that real quick. So let's see here. We got Chester. What's going on there, Chester? How are you doing? We got Ashton. What's going on there, Ashton? Just reminding everybody to slash that like button because, again, it always helps. Liking the stream, sharing, and subscribing, of course, always helps as well. And Ashton, that wrench looks pretty good on you, my friend. And the reason I gave Ashton the wrench for this Good Real Hunting is because what he did for me on Chills and Thrills this past Saturday as a wrenchman, just kicking all of the trolls' ass. For some reason, I got trolls on Chills and Thrills. So that means I'm doing something right. So, Ashton, I gave you the promotion you have deserved just for being a good supporter and a good friend to our horror community. And Ashton, best of luck. I've always wanted to say that. All right. Ooh, we got 18 people hanging out in the chat. So can we get two more for the first time ever on Fright Bites? We have 20 people watching. Can we get two more people? We got Paula. What's going on there, Paula? How are you doing? I got to catch up here. We got Lamantra. What's going on there, Lamantra? How are you doing? We got Jean Whitcomb. What's going on there, Jean? How are you doing? Who else we got here? We got Gory Tiger. What's going on there, Gory? Let's see here. We got Jamie Hart, the heart of our community. What's going on there, Jamie? How are you doing? And, Eli, if you're here somewhere or here watching later on, Ashton's taking your job, buddy. He's sharing those links, which, hey, you know what? I think Eli would approve of that, Ashton. So, Ashton, thank you so much for sharing Jamie Hart's YouTube channel and for any other YouTuber that hangs out with us in the chat. All right, let's see here. We got Destiny. What's going on there, Destiny? How are you doing? Which I think right now is a good time to say this because Destiny's here in the chat because tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern time, me, Brad, and Chris are going to be celebrating early our 5-year YouTube anniversary for being in the YouTube game for 5 years. And me, Brad, and Chris cannot do it alone because we appreciate each and every single one of you and some of our good friends within our own little circle. And we decided to bring them on. So that means Destiny, Braden, and yes, Chad. And also, and Davey said it last night, Davey Defray is coming on Good Real Hunting tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And we're just going to hang out, answer questions. I think Chris wants to do some sort of game. So we're going to see what kind of crazy game Chris has in store. And more than anything, we're just going to have a good time. So I'm looking forward to bring on Destiny. And Destiny is also coming on Chills and Thrills this Saturday at 8 o'clock Eastern Time for your next watch party. So I'm looking forward to that and having a good time with her watching one of my personal favorite horror movies. All right, let's see here. Who else we got here? We got Cole. What's going on there, Cole? How are you doing, buddy? Hopefully all's going well. We got Byron. What's going on there, Byron? We got Aaron Click. What's going on there, Aaron Click? How are you doing? We got Yo Adrian. How you doing? See you in the chat. What's going on there, Adrian? So let's see here. Who else we got? Oh, man, lost my spot. Got to find my spot. There we go. I think I got my spot. So let's see here. All right. Let's see here. Jamie says, did you get a troll attack? Ashton, look, man, those bastards just don't quit. Yeah, and it's just random, too. I guess they just love The Conjuring and wanted to hang out with me and, to create a little chaos. But what the trolls don't know is that they am just coming into the chat, watching my stream. Hopefully they are either giving me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, or better yet, just commenting during the live stream, because what those trolls don't know is that they are helping the YouTube algorithm, sending people my way. So thank you, trolls, and also fuck you, trolls. Those are for the trolls, not for you all. Just want to clear that up. Let's see here. Denise, what's going on there, Denise? How are you doing? Good afternoon to you as well. Like that YouTube membership with your name being green there, which again, Denise, I really appreciate you being a YouTube member now. The color green looks great on you. Let's see here. We got Adam. What's going on there, Adam? How are you doing? Hopefully all is going well. Now, Cole, that traumatized me as a kid watching that movie when the troll got turned into stone. It terrified me. So don't bring that bad juju. But I know exactly what movie you're talking about. Good kids movie. And yeah, 19 people in the chat. Can we get one more to get that record of 20 people watching Fright Bites live? One more. I just need one more. Now I need two more. So let's see here. Who else we got in here? I'm trying to get to everybody. Let's see here. Lost my place again, so bear with me. There we go. We got that horror couple. What's going on there? How are you doing? Hopefully all is going well with you. Or to the both of you, if you both are watching right now, I love that horror couple. And Ashton, I'm sure you're already sharing that channel link in the chat right there. If you haven't subscribed to that horror couple, you should. Let's see here. There we go. See, Ashton, I knew I can count on you. So let's see here. We got Mika from Double Feature Podcast. What's going on there, Mika? How are you doing? You and your twin did an awesome live show this past Sunday talking about the 4 Conjuring movies. Had a great time. Your all's insight on the 4 Conjuring movies was absolutely spot on, and agree with you, and also learned a couple of new things that I didn't know before. So if you love the Conjuring, and of course everybody loves Double Feature Podcast, go over to their channel and watch that Conjuring live stream, because I know they would really appreciate it. All right, let's see here. Just keep on scrolling, keep on scrolling. Let's see here. I think we are almost caught up. Denise says, thank you, Mr. Goodreal. I'm glad to be a part of the Spooky fam. You know what? We love having you a part of the Spooky fam. let's see. That horror couple's going live tonight on Sledgehammer Horror at 8 o'clock Eastern Time to rank the Conjuring films. So check it out. Yes, definitely head over because, of course, I love Ken and Ashley on Sledgehammer Horror. They do a great job with their YouTube content. So, yeah, go support Sledgehammer Horror and that horror couple tonight. And it's a good night, too, because Goodrill's taking the night off tonight because we will be streaming tomorrow night. Oh, Mika, you're so welcome. Again, I had a great time. So any chance I get on a free Sunday night, I'm going to hang out with you all on your all's live streams. Chester, thank you so much for the reminder. Let's see here. Brooke, what's going on there, Brooke? How are you doing? Hopefully all is going well with you. Let's see here. Destiny with our first question. Wow, I've already went through 10 minutes trying to catch up, just kind of saying what's going on. So I got to start getting to your all's questions because that's mainly what you're here for. So Destiny says, what are you drinking tomorrow? Okay, thank you so much. And guys, let me know if y'all can hear me because I know I got my fan on sometimes. So just want to make sure you all can hear me. So just do a mic test real quick. See here. Let me get this message real quick. All right, let's see. All right, I am back. So, Destiny, let me get to your question now. What are you drinking tomorrow? I already got my particular alcohol drinks already picked out. I got 2 moonshine shots of the banana pudding flavor and the white chocolate strawberry. I believe it's a cheesecake or just a regular cake flavor. So I am looking forward to that. Brad is already kind of saying that I'm being kind of a little bit of a pussy and I should get the blue flame. So I do plan on getting the blue flame after work. So I got 3 alcohol shot opportunities tomorrow night. And you know what? I might pick up a particular vodka too and maybe make me a little mixed drink as well. I just haven't decided yet. So what about you, chat? What kind of mixed drink should I have for tomorrow night's stream? All right, let's see here. Man, I'm not sure why my chat keeps on letting me, or just keeps on making me lose my place. Okay, there we go. We're back. All right, let's see here. Ooh, let's see here. Aaron Clegg is just mentioning some movies here. At The Ring, Insidious, and It Follows are my answers. 28 Days Later gets an honorable mention for popularizing the fast zombies. Nice, Aaron. Aaron, really good picks, my friends. So really good picks. Mika is looking forward to your next live stream and the commentary. Erin is one of our favorite Final Girls. And you know what? I am so looking forward to it too because it's one of my personal favorite horror movies. And I'll go into more detail why that is. And I'm also excited too just to get Destiny's insight on your next as well. All right, you can hear me. That's good. Oh, okay. The fan was interfering. Yeah, Destiny was pointing that out too. So I appreciate you pointing that out to me because I know we're getting closer to the wintry season. So when it comes to, or to the fall season, that is. So when I get a little closer to that, I'll pretty much turn off my fan completely. But I still kind of have to have it on because it is a little bit hot in this car. But thank you all for pointing that out to me. Because again, if there's anything wrong, please address that to me immediately. So again, appreciate you, Destiny, and appreciate you, Jamie, for letting me know that. Let's see here. Destiny has her Malibu Malibu Rye Dry Ready to Rock. I cannot wait. So I cannot wait for that. So it's going to be again. I'm so looking forward to it. Cole say Blue Flame. Blue flame. Okay, Destiny saying I should quit being a pussy and get the blue flame. So I'm always going to do what the queen of the horror genre, or for the queen of the horror community. So whatever she says is our command. So I will get the blue flame after work today. Cool. That'll put hair on your chest. That blue flame. Yeah. That's what I always hear. Oh God, Destiny, yeah, we gotta bring this up. I definitely remember when you did the blue flame. And I did it, I think did I do that along this kind of like the same time you did it, and it just fucked us up. Because if y'all don't know what we're talking about, the blue flame moonshine shot, it is the most powerful moonshine you will pretty much have, or one of the strongest ones, until you go into kind of like the range of making your own moonshine and you control how strong it is. But from a brand perspective, the blue flame is literally just the best describe it. It's like drinking gasoline. It just freaking burns. It burns your soul. So that's just how crazy that shot is. But it does have some good flavor to it. So if you're curious on just kind of like a facial reaction to the blue flame, come hang out with us tomorrow night on Good Real Hunting, and you will see me take the blue flame shot. All right, let's see here. What's your lunch today, Brett? Actually, today is like really the last good day of my diet, of my low carbs diet, which I am happy to say I lost 7 pounds within 2 weeks. So I am very happy. I am officially back between my weight zone of 210 and 215. So I am very happy. So, but what I had for lunch today was I had just like a little bag of the skinny popcorn, because that has hardly any carbs to it, and it's just a good snack without kind of like making yourself feel like you're cheating. So that's what I had for lunch today. But what about you, chat? What did you all have for lunch today? Oh, okay. What are yours? Aaron, if you could do me a favor and ask your question one more time, because I must have accidentally skipped it. Shame on me. So if you would put your question in the chat again, I will be happy to answer that question for you. What's the temperature there today? Well, according to my car, it says 85, but it honestly feels like 95 in my car right now. Which I guess is just the humidity of, or God, I can't even talk today. So yeah, right now I got 85, but honestly, to me, it feels like somewhere between 92 and 95. I needed to get to that fall weather where it's just like 75, partly cloudy with a light breeze. If you can give me that, I'm a happy camper. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just start some of these question comments, and I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Do, 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 do. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Jamie says blue flame, blue rose, Lynch approved. There you go. Oh, now Aaron Click, of course you have a soul. You stop that now. All right, nice, nice. Congratulations, Brett. That's awesome. Thank you so much, that horror couple. Congrats. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Denise. Destiny had cucumbers, cheese, and a granola bar. Now that sounds like a very appetizing lunch. So great job, Destiny. I know you're doing a lot of great work yourself right now. So keep it up. Fall weather is the best. Absolutely, it is. Jamie says, I'm having leftovers from Fuji House Hibachi Grill, sirloin steak, white rice with some grilled vegetables. Now, Jamie, that sounds like the best lunch of all time. And you just had me a hibachi. Cole says, Brett's like Kevin in the office. Once the horn once the horn goes off, it's too hot in the car. God almighty. Freaking Kevin from The Office. All right, let's. Oh, sorry. Ah, my phone is acting up. There we go. Let's see here. Question: do you plan on doing any photo ops at Scarefest, and if yes, who? Jamie, to answer that question, I don't do the photo ops. I don't do it just because I don't feel like spending more money than I already have to with getting a signature. And with most of the celebrities, they include a free picture, and I just like that better. I know the photo ops look great and they're so professional and so clean, and they could be a lot of fun. But just to me, I like to have more money to go to the other horror celebrities that are at the particular horror con. That's where I like to use like my little bit of extra money. Let's see here. There we go. I'm getting a little better at this starring system here. All right, let's see here. Question. There we go, Aaron. In your opinion, what three 2000s and beyond horror movies most impacted, influenced, shaped contemporary horror movies? Oh, man, Aaron, you are just asking the hard questions, my friend, because there are just so many I can do. Um, God, see now I gotta think on that, Aaron. Three 2000s beyond horror movies, and what I'll do, Aaron, just to kind of get this question, I'll do a movie from the 2000s, 2010s, and the 2020s. The one from the 2020s, I will definitely go for first. It's the movie, and I can't do it because I have an arm holding this phone. I will do the movie X, because I definitely kind of felt like that really just started the whole momentum of great horror movies that were coming out. It's a great slasher movie, kind of made me feel like I was back up watching a 70s slasher. In a way, that is. So X will be my 2020s pick. Um, Man, see, again, this is a really tough question, man. Um, mm, I would probably agree with you with for the 2010s. I would go with Insidious, because that was the movie that kind of kickstarted everything, where we got more into the paranormal horror movies leading up to James Wan doing The Conjuring. It all really just started with Insidious. So Insidious will be my 2010s. I will agree with you on that one. And my 2000s one, because I know the 2000s was part of the horror remake craze, was the 2000s. But what I'm going to go with was one of the more great, like, original horror movies. I'm going to go with the movie The Descent. Just because, again, we got a good core of characters of like the girl of like sisterhood going into the caves, or I forgot what the particular name of it is. I'm just going to call it the caves in there, and just going into the caves and just being claustrophobic. It's just a horror movie all by itself. But then we get freaking cave dwellers, or those creatures, to go along with it. Just to me, just really changed the game of the 2000s. Of like, hey, we could still do original horror movies too. So I definitely would say with the 2000s, it would be The Descent. So Descent, Insidious, and X to answer your official question there, Aaron. And a really good question. All right, let's see here. Denise, I got your question started. I will get to that in a minute. Jamie saying the only photo op that I might do is with Dewey and Doofy together. I think they are doing that on Saturday. Oh my gosh. Having Dewey and Doofy together, that is going to be legendary. And Jamie, you better post that or share that photo op with everybody, because I bet that's, again, going to be absolutely legendary. Aaron says, I'd say Insidious is one because after it, you had a couple of lot of similar movies like The Conjuring, Sinister, and Annabelle. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was kind of like with my answer with Insidious. So we were kind of like on the same path. All right, Chester, let me get your star question. Good choice with The Descent. Yeah, I agree. I just love The Descent. All right, let's see here. There we go. Yeah, Conjuring was definitely after Insidious, most definitely. Let's see here. Denise, let me get to your question here. Does anyone watch WWE? Excuse me. How does anyone watch WWE? How exciting is it to have AJ Lee back? Let me get a drink of my water and I will tell you exactly how excited I am. Here, let me scoot up my seat a little bit too. Alrighty, so how excited I am for AJ Lee back. Now, Denise, I am just in awe about AJ Lee coming back because I know for many years I have just been pushing and hoping and I wouldn't say praying, but like just strongly hoping that AJ Lee will get to come home to the WWE. But I just kept on getting disappointed time and time and time and time again over like a 5 year span. But here, just like recently, like even with the Royal Rumble, even though she wasn't in the Royal Rumble, I just kind of had this feeling like, all right, AJ Lee's going to come back here soon. I just knew it that she was going to come back. I just didn't know when, but I knew it just had to be with something special. Then we get the whole Becky Lynch promo with CM Punk on Monday Night Raw, and then like CM Punk's saying, "We're SmackDown this Friday," and they go Chicago, and he goes, "Excellent," and right there, AJ Lee came home. I knew immediately that she did, and she got one of the absolute best like standing ovations and like cheers like that Chicago building, like the roof blew off the place when AJ Lee came out. Again, I'm super excited for her. I cannot wait to see what she does in the ring. Her first like actual promo like with talking was a little rough, but you know what, first time being back in 10 years, I think she gets a little bit of a pass on that. So I'm excited for AJ Lee with more promo work. I'm excited with her feuding with Becky Lynch. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. But more than anything, I think AJ Lee is going to offer to the ladies in the back what the ladies in the back need. It's not the in-ring ability because the women's roster right now is the best that it's ever been in the whole entire company's career. The whole lifetime of WWE is the women's wrestling has been so easily the best era of women's wrestling. But what I think AJ Lee is going to offer to the women in the back is the learning how to cut a better promo and to get yourself over with a strong promo. So I'm looking forward to AJ Lee just coaching up the young women talent in the back while also kicking ass in the ring. Or as she will say, I am ready to let her light it up. All right, let me get back to you to the chat real quick. Let's see here. I had other question before. Okay, Chester, I do have that starred, so I will get to that here in a minute. Let's see here. Ooh, Gene, good question. I got that start. I will get to that in just a second. Jamie with a hot take. I prefer the cave to the descent. Now, Jamie, I got to write that down just because now you got, like, you had my curiosity, but now you have my attention. All right, chat. Movie trivia time. What quote did that movie come from? Or what movie did that quote come from? You had my curiosity, but now you have my attention. All right, let's see here. Denise, damn right. Uh, I know she gave Becky a special treat. Absolutely, she did. And I hope she gives her a Black Widow at WrestlePalooza. All right, let's see here. All right, I think I'm caught up there. So, Chester, let me get to your question next, my friend. Question: Are you an '80s horror fan or a '90s horror fan? I love '80s horror movies, and I know the answer for me is supposed to be the '90s because I'm a '90s kid. I was born in 1990, so I'm supposed to have like that attachment to '90s movies, especially within the horror genre. Plus, we got Scream in 1996, so one of the great horror movies of all time. But for my answer, I love my '80s horror movies. I just love the time era of just kind of like, with the '80s, with like the clothing, the hair. Friday the 13th from 1980 really busted down the damn door and just took the slasher genre to new heights that like Halloween and Black Christmas and Psycho started. So I would just go with the '80s. Just to me, there are just a lot of better horror movies, well, better known horror movies in the '80s, and the '80s are the best. It's the absolute best era of horror movies ever. And you know what? I got a question for you all on this. Do you think by any chance, and I know we're like already at the halfway point of the 2020s, do you think that the 2020s in the horror genre has a chance to overthrow the '80s as the best era of horror movies ever? Let me know because I might actually ask that question on Killer Flicks tomorrow with a poll, or maybe even Saturday because I know Friday is free for all Friday. Or you know what? If I have time, I might actually ask that question later on. But what do you all think? Do you think the 2020s has a chance to dethrone the '80s as the greatest era of horror movies? Good question there, Chester. All right, let me get back to the chat real quick. All right, let's see here. Brooke, you are right with the answer of which movie did my quote come from. Of you had my curiosity, but now you have my attention. I promise that's the last time I'll say it. But Brooke is correct. It is Django Unchained. So Brooke, you and a prize. High five. All right, Aaron Click with another question. Let me get it started there, my friend. Chester Sands, I don't think 2020 is going to dethrone the '80s of horror movies. Why do you think that, Chester? Just because, again, I'm curious because I think that could actually now be a legit discussion that we can have on it. I know we need to see what the other half of the 2020s is going to offer us, but I think with the first half of how strong the 2020s has started, even including the global bastard that we had to deal with, 2020s has been really honestly a really good era of horror movies. All right, Jamie, let me get to your question. You were up next on my list. What celebrity tables do you plan on to visit? I'm thinking Juliet Lewis and Jason Patrick for me. Jamie, I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't looked at that list for like a month now, and I need to just because of the fact that I need to start buying me some goodies for those horror celebrities to sign. Um, Jamie, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Ashley Lawrence from Hellraiser supposed to be there who played Christy or Curtsy? Is she supposed to be there? Because if she's going to be there, she's still one of my like top three horror celebrities I have still not met, but I want to meet. So if she's going to be there, she's definitely going to be like my top priority. But give me a couple of names, Jamie, and I will take a look at it and just to see if it's a yay or a nay with me. But I definitely need to double check that list and check it twice. All right, let's see. Let me get back to the chat real quick. Ashton says, "Ask me this question again in 3 years." Well, hope knock on wood. Hopefully, I'm here in 3 years. Let's see here. Which I'm all good. Of course, I will be. Jamie Hart says, as much as I love the '80s horror, I had more fun with the 2000s horror. Ooh, so you're even going to double down on the 2000s horror being one of the best eras of all time, or being better than the '80s. Wow. Okay, Jamie, very impressive take right there, and I can respect that. Cole's like, nah, it's kind of like Hulk Hogan in the '80s. Had the best time ever. It'll be hard to take away Michael Myers or Jason or Freddy from the face of horror. Chucky, Pinhead. We got Mr. Crosby. Don't forget Crosby, Cole. But yeah, Cole, I could easily understand what you're talking about. We had just so many icons, horror icons in the '80s. So it's really, really difficult to dethrone it. Yes, Ashley Lawrence is still going to be there. I'm going to have her sign my Hellraiser Blu-ray, and I got a Hellraiser Blu-ray as well, Jamie. But Doug Bradley signed it. But if I can just determine if there's just enough space for her to sign it as well, I might just have her sign it on my copy of the Blu-ray as well. But if not, I'll maybe get a Hellraiser or Pinhead Funko and have her sign the Pinhead Funko Pop. Courtney Reed, what's going on there, my friend? How are you doing? Hopefully, all is going well with you. Says leaves are falling in southern Maryland. Man, I'm jealous of that north weather right now, Courtney. So you're killing me. All right, let's see here. Let's see here, Denise. Let me get your comment starred right quick. Eli Cortez, what's going on there, Eli? How are you doing? Hopefully, all is going well with you. Let's see here. All right, Gene, or wait a minute, who's supposed to be next here? All right, let's see here. I answered that one. Gene, let me get your question here, Gene. And all the horror movie franchises you will never want to watch again. Man, Gene, that's a tough question. Of all the horror movie franchises you will never want to watch again. Okay, here's how I'll answer this, okay? Oh, and by the way, we got 20 people watching. New Fright Bites record. You all are the best. Hell yeah. All right, but Gene, let me get back to your comment here, or your question. If here's how I'm going to answer this. If I can go back in time and start all over again with this, and it's only like a couple of years ago, like maybe a year or two ago, I would absolutely not watch the Pooh verse, which which technically you could call it a franchise, which is the Pooh verse. But I will definitely not watch that franchise. No way, Jose. But the problem now I have is I've already gotten so far into that franchise, I cannot stop until the very last movie is dropped within that Pooh verse. So just to kind of answer your question with that, the best answer I can think of at the top of my head, I'm going to have to go with the Pooh verse. All right. Wow, I got 21 comments. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get through these two questions, and then I'll go address all these comments I see in the chat. Question, BrettMan. Your thoughts on Neil Marshall teasing the possibility of a Descent prequel? I saw Davey talk about this, and honestly, I'm kind of interested in it just to see like how the cave dwellers or the cave monsters are gotten down there and what came to be on that. But I'm kind of also on the other end of the camp there of where, and this is probably where my answer is going to rely. I'm going to say no, I do not need a prequel because I kind of like just to have that like thought in my brain of like how they get down there or like how they get those like the abilities, like how did they deformed. Like I like to answer those questions in my head and not really having the answers to everything. There's if I'm really super interested, of course I want to know everything that I can, but there's just some movies that I'm just like, I don't need an answer to that. And that's kind of like The Descent being one of those reasons. I do not need all the answers for The Descent. So for a prequel, if it comes out, sure, I'll watch it. But does it really need to be needed? Absolutely not. All right. Denise saying, are you ready for the Conjuring season coming soon? If you're talking about the new announced show for the Conjuring, I am so freaking excited for it because I love the Conjuring franchise, even the awful movies in the Conjuring franchise that I can still have what somewhat fun with, except for the first Nun and the first Annabelle. I cannot have fun with those movies. I always skip those. But with the Nun 2, Annabelle Creation, Annabelle Comes Home, I can have a blast with those movies and have a good time with. I do enjoy watching them. So to have a show added onto it, sign me the hell up. All right, let me see if I can address all these 31 comments or 32 comments. And that just pops up with Davey Defray. What's going on there, Davey? How are you doing? Hopefully all is going well with you. Let's see here. Pat, that Halloween movie collector. What's going on there, Pat? How are you doing? Broke us another record. Now we got 21 people watching. You guys are absolutely the best. All right, let's see here. Unfortunately, I cannot scroll up. So if there's anybody that I missed or not said hello to, let me know. Oh, man. I hate when it can't let me just see the rest of the chat like I can on my computer. Let's see here. Eli, thank you for sharing links. All right. Jamie, let me pop this list up here for Scarefest. Jeffrey Cobbs, Barbara Crampton, Doug Bradley, Heather Langenkamp. See, I would love to do Heather Langenkamp, but I could only imagine that her and Robert's line. I just saw Robert right there. I bet their lines are just going to be just right out the damn door and maybe a mile long. I'll study it just to see if I can just sneak into one of their lines and just and be lucky maybe. But of the two, I would probably like to meet Heather for the fact that I'm sure her pricing will be a little bit, it'll be way lower than Robert's asking price, which again, Robert deserves to ask for that much when it comes to his booth with autographs and taking pictures of how much he charges. He has earned that right. Who else we got here? Ken Forey, Jennifer Rubin, Michael Berryman. Michael Berryman might be a good one to meet, just because he played in a lot of iconic roles within the horror genre. So, very good list there, Jamie. But we'll see. Again, we'll just see how the line goes. Cole says, slash that like button like Michael slash his sister. Yeah, definitely do it. But don't slash your sister, but just slash that like button. That does a lot for me. Oh, that's what you can think of on the top of your head. Well, Jamie, you've done a lot better than I did. Oh, Davey, your freaking Commanders play the Packers tonight. Are you excited? Are you nervous? Like, how are you feeling? Do you think the Commanders can pull off the big win against the Packers? Because, man, the Packers looked awfully good on last Sunday. Looked awfully good. Dean Renner, what's going on there, Dean? Guys, Dean's birthday is today. So let me... Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Don't care about copywriting. Happy birthday, dear Dean. Happy birthday to you. What's going on there, Dean? And happy birthday, my friend. Hopefully, I didn't destroy everybody's ears with my horrible singing. Ooh, Pat saying Spinal Tap 2, the end continues. Pat, hopefully you have a great time with that experience, my friend. Let's see here. We'll have to go. Have a great day, rest of your day, and I will see you guys soon. Denise, thank you so much for hanging out with us, and hopefully you will hang out with us tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern time to celebrate 5 years of Good Real Hunting. Hell yeah, yeah. Give Dean all the love. Let's see here. Dude, you're so welcome, D. Dude, like you deserve a lot more subscribers than you do have. So we need to start a campaign soon and get you on Good Real Hunting so we can get you some more subscribers, my friend, because I know you put a lot of hard work. Davey says the Packers looked really good against a Lions team that will struggle against good teams all year, which I agree with that. As long as Jaden is out there, I believe we can win. And you know what? That's just like my thing with the Kansas City Chiefs. As long as Patrick Mahomes is out there, we're always going to be in a ball game. So I love your positivity right there with Jaden Daniels. Plus, he's my fancy quarterback, so I want him to do good. So best of luck to your Commanders tonight. And of all the nights to not have a live stream tonight, tonight's an excellent night, so I can watch Packers and Commanders football. Let's see here. Oh, Aaron Click is also going to Spinal Tap 2 tonight, so hell yeah. Robert charges $145 for his table. And you see, Jamie, not going to do that. And again, Robert deserves that right. But just way out my zone of like what I like to spend money at a horror convention. What really gets people at a horror convention, I'm sure a lot of you who have gone to a horror convention can easily say, it's always the vendors. The vendors are more deadlier than the actual horror celebrities themselves. There we go. Yeah, show off Dean's YouTube channel link right there. Jamie's saying, go Bills. Yeah, Jamie, I bet you were just freaking on the edge of your seat the entirety of Sunday Night Football's game. Because what freaking Josh Allen did, like legitimately carrying his team behind his back to get into that epic victory, something should be studied. And I really want Josh Allen to win a Super Bowl. But the only little problem is, I kind of want Patrick to win more Super Bowls. But if Josh Allen ever gets to the Super Bowl, he has my support all the way. Let's see here. All right, I am all caught up. And I do have 4 minutes left. So if I do see like a quick question, I will address it. But I think I got to all the questions. So hell yeah, I didn't screw up this time. But let me just recap of what's going on the next 2 days, starting with Friday. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern time, me, Brad, and Chris will be going live to celebrate 5 years of Good Real Hunting. And we do have a particular thing that we're going to do for our YouTube members and our Patreons. So if I were you all, if you all want to potentially win a t-shirt or a $25 gift card of your choosing, what we're going to do is if you are a YouTube member or a Patreon, your name automatically goes into our spinning wheel, and whatever the wheel lands on, that person is going to win either a free t-shirt or a $25 gift card, whatever you all want to do with that. So that is going to be for our YouTube members and Patreons only. So go into that description if you're interested in to try to win those prizes. Go into the description, click on the YouTube membership link or the Patreon link, and sign up today. And yeah, so going back to that stream, so tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern time, live hangout, and we're going to be having Destiny, Braden, Chad, and Davey Defray on our channel to hang out, to answer your all's questions. I believe Chris wants to do some sort of game. I'm not sure what that entails, but hey, Chris is part of the channel, so whatever he wants to do, we're going to do it as well. But more than anything, we're just going to celebrate just 5 years of Good Real Hunting, because these 5 years of doing Good Real Hunting has been some of the best times of my life. Like just to hang out with you all. And Davey, I'm looking forward to hanging out with you too. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how you and Chris gel in chemistry too, because I know you wanted to be introduced to Chris, so you're going to get your time to do that. And then this Saturday at 8 o'clock Eastern Time over at Chills and Thrills, the horror movie watch party channel, we're going to continue on the Frighttober, where we watch the killer classic horror movies that the horror genre has to offer. We're going to be watching Your Next, and I'm going to be having special guest Destiny on for that to watch Aaron chew bubblegum and to kick ass. And she's all out of bubblegum. Kyle, what's going on there? Kyle, how are you doing? Hopefully all is going well with you. And Kyle, thank you again for making history on Good Real Hunting, for joining, being the first person ever to join the fourth tier of Good Real Hunting for the YouTube membership or Patreon, because it's available on both. So Kyle is going to have so much good perks going to be headed his way. And as Kyle already sees right there, he is an official wrenchman as part of his perk of being a YouTube member at the tier 4. And there's so much more we're going to provide for Kyle, meaning that he'll be on a feature live stream with me, Brad, and Chris. We're going to be excited to have him on. And Ding has officially become a YouTube member. Thank you so much, Ding. You are badass, my friend. So I will be sure to get your name on that wheel, along with all of our other Patreon and YouTube members as well. And I will go more to detail on that tomorrow night. All right, let's see here. There we go. Let's see here. All right, and thank you, Brooke, for sharing that link. And it is 2:55, so that means I have to get out of here. I want to finish my last hour and a half before I'm officially on vacay mode. So I'm going to go ahead and bust my ass for the last hour and 30 minutes. Thank you all so much for making my lunch hour go by quick, but more importantly, have fun. We broke records today. I'm just having the greatest time ever doing YouTube. So with that in mind, I'm going to go back to work. Enjoy the rest of your all's day, and hopefully to see you all tomorrow night for the 5-year anniversary celebration. See you later, guys.